standing branch in Delmas. You can call all.
Amanda, comrades.
Hi, good day and welcome to the open house. Today we're sitting with Dr. Sepenyane, DRS himself. He's synonymous with the name Delmas. If ever you see any news on Delmas, his name will be mentioned. He's been featured on many platforms relaying our story, the story of the community of Victor Khanye. And right now we have a glorious opportunity to sit down with the man himself, and then he relays to us what really is his input in terms of the municipal 2021 elections and the direction that he feels they will head. Mr. Sepenyane, sir, how are you?
I'm fine. Yourself?
Very well. Sepenyane, tell the public in general.
Diikgetse Ramaseka.
Yeah.
Those are my names. I'm commonly known as Comrade Slash. Slash is my code name. When we were in the struggle, we're not calling each other with our real name. We use other names. You know, you were given name for the struggle purposes to be identified with the struggle that you are associated with. And my surname is Sepenyane. I'm a typical Lesotho guy. My great-grandfathers are hailing from Lesotho. Then you ask a question about the local government election. Look, the registration is over. The registration of candidates is also over. It's done and dusted. The people are busy with the preparation of campaigning now. But let me remind you, this exercise, this period where we are in now, it is one of the period which is entrenched in chapter 2 of the Constitution, which is section 19, and also another section that are there to say every 5 years, according to the constitution of the country, the level of government which we are in now, which is local government, will go to the election. Elections are held as follows. When the term of office of each councillor has come to an end, the term of office will come to an end. There's a great grace period of 30 days. After the local government election must be held within 30 days after the lapsing period of their term of office. That's what is happening. Then I'll come very fast. I know where you are heading to. In Delmas, we are having lots of political parties, including the independent candidate that have registered due to the environment and the space of which they are contesting into. Elections is the contested terrain. Each and every one, according to section 19 of chapter 2 of section 108 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, people are expressing themselves. It is so interesting to say the politics of Delmas, I have seen them maturing more, especially this year. You know why I'm saying it is maturing? It is because there are lots of people who have shown interest and who have developed the interest of participating in the election, in this local government election. And that is great. When elections are not contested, we end up having people who are going to impose everything upon us. We are going to have people who are dictating. Democracy in its nature, when it is not maturing, what it does, it creates dictators. Then you'll be having one-party state, which we rejected during the dark days of apartheid, to say we don't want any one-party state. We are a democracy, constitutional country where everybody, when they see the space and the opportunity to come and contest election, they must just come and contest election within the confinement of the laws. Currently in Delmas, I've seen interesting thing. There is new political party, two of them. You have Psycho Gondwe Civic Movement. When you say civic movement, strategically it says it occupies the space that is supposed to be occupying, amongst others, South African National Civic Organization. It stopped there. They are contesting civic matters. Then you have your EFF, you have your DA major parties. There is another one that has just emerged, AVPP, and it is also contesting the space. They are new on the block, and it will be very much interesting in Telmas. That is why I'm saying, when democracy matured, people begin to understand their role, because it says if you fail to participate in politics, inferior people will lead you. Now, people has identified inferiority within the leadership of the municipality. That is why people are coming into space and contest election in such a large number. Some of the things that makes people to contest election is and will always be the lack of credible service deliveries. If there is no service delivery, people will take other routes and begin to contest election so that they can address the gap that is available, which is not being addressed by the representative or who are in the municipality currently. Major parties, the ANC, followed by the DA and the EF. These three parties, there is something that they don't see. These other parties are seeing something which they must address.
That's correct.
That's where we are.
So Delmas is your home. I mean, we talk all the stories from the struggle, from the treason trial, from the unrest in the community prior to the 1994 independence and the protests. You've been active. Now, 2021, you look at the municipalities and you look at all these people that are coming in to run for office to address the matters of the municipalities. What issues do you see in the community that you feel should be addressed by these emerging bodies or these emerging individuals that seek to account to us pertaining to how to run and administer our municipality?
You know, the thing that our politicians are failing to speak to very, very loud and clear is the collection of revenue, the competence of the municipality. If you fail to collect the revenue, you won't be able to deliver services. You'll never be able to account to the community. You'll never be able to have transparent. The municipality is having its own leg. It's saying it's a revenue collection, service delivery, good governance, and accountability. That's if correct. You have missed the first leg of collecting revenue, there's nothing that you are going to do, because how are you going to deliver services? Then you are stuck. That's correct.
Thank you very much. I don't want to make this a municipal show, especially about Victor Khanye, because we're talking elections now. Looking at AVPP, Psycho Gondwe, ANC, DA, EFF, what is your call? And the independent candidates, by the way, in Ward 1 and in Ward 2.
Yeah, I've heard that Ward 1 is having an independent candidate. The independent candidate, I'm told, they are coming from Sanko, 2 of them.
That's correct.
I'm told. That way. But if you look,
actually Mbonani and
Mononyane.
Mononyane, yeah,
okay.
his name ran away.
Yeah, it's Mononyane, the surname. Yeah, sure. I mean, it is their democratic right to contest elections.
That's correct.
It is their constitutional right. I've already alluded to Section 19 of Chapter 2, Act 108 of 1996. Now, it is their democratic right to contest the space. Election in its nature, it is the contested terrain. If elections are not contested, there is no leader. Leader must feel that there are people who are not afraid to take responsibility and contest the space that is not being occupied. It is correct to have other parties contesting election. Therefore, every party must do its work. If you look, excluding the DA, all these parties that you are mentioning,
that's correct,
including the independent candidate, they are breakaway groups from the ANC.
That's correct.
That's what is happening. You go to AFF, is coming from the ANC, AVPP, independent candidate, and everybody else. They are the babies of the ANC who sees things in another way. Maybe those things are not being addressed in the ANC. And some of them are not happy because there were discrepancies raised during the nomination of councillors. You know, the violation of the guidelines of the ANC during the nomination, because we don't want to talk about these processes. There were lots of things that we raised and they were not attended. Let us leave them for now. You know, Sanko also as a body. If you look, Jacob Mononyane is the convener of Sanko in Telma sub-region. What makes him to contest election? If the ANC was taking the question of alliance serious. What might be the cause? It is because some leaders are using the ANC to fight their own political battle. They don't want anybody next to them when going to the election. But when campaigning for the election, they want everybody to campaign for them while they have done something.
In terms of understanding the municipal dynamics, vis-a-vis the fact that you've served before in the same office, would you kindly be able to speak to the infrastructural needs in Delmas?
Yeah, let us start by saying Delmas is growing very, very fast on infrastructural need. There is no land for human settlement in Delmas. You identify land now of 2,000, it is already full. You know, young people are growing. They've grown up. They are above 21 years, having dependencies. They want houses. That is number one. And the middle class, they are still staying at their parents' home. To say they don't qualify for RDP houses, they also don't qualify for the loan to the bank. Therefore, they need land to build houses for themselves. Then you go, there are no roads. There are no recreational facilities. If you go, we are still playing in the old famous Mandela section soccer field. You know, young people need to be motivated. That soccer field has been lying more than 30 years now. I used to watch Linda Zwane when they were still playing in that soccer field with Bomchwaro Dibetle. Therefore, you don't have recreational facilities. You have one, which is the slaughterhouse of soccer in Delmas, which is Mandela section. Then you go to the unemployment issue. The large number of young people are unemployed. You go to skill development. There are no institutions that are developing the skills around Delmas. Always Delmas is producing a lot of general workers. We should be worried. Those are spaces which have been contested by these other parties. Go in all the streets around Delmas. When have you last seen a new street being built in Delmas? It's more than 10 years. Now, this term, it will be another 15 dry years. Now, these other people have identified all those gaps, but all those gaps are caused by what? One thing, revenue collection. Only good standing branch in Delmas, you can call all of them. There is no branch in Delmas. Therefore, I'm speaking in authority of the branch that exists in Delmas, which is the Communist Party, which will help all the branches to launch and contest the election in 2026. We took resolution in Boksburg to say the Communist Party is going to contest the election through the ballot. We never put up a date. Every branch of the SACP which want to contest election, it just informed the national office of the SACP to say we are going to contest the space. Now in Delmas, I involved. I'll be saying just after the election, we are preparing a new layer of the Communist Party, which will involve mostly young people through the YCL, the Young Communist League or SA League, who are going to contest elections under the banner of the Communist Party. And those who are going to be deployed by the Communist Party, they will be deployed on meritocracy, not on quality. We are tired of quality. We are going to deploy leaders who are going to contest election on merit, based on the material conditions which they are exposed into, which they would like to use the Communist Party as a tool to change the material conditions of the people of Delmas.
So that's exciting. That's exciting. I'm going to take it home now. You've got an exciting policy. In your home, you are SACP, which is ANC, and then now you've got your best half running for elections in the AVPP. And how do you balance the different dynamics?
You know, I'm a member of the SACP, which is aligned to the ANC, and I'm also the member of Sankone. I was listening, yesterday I read on News 24 to say Advocate Dalimpofu is the member of EFF, including his children. His wife is the member of the ANC. She was even a secretary of defense. Yeah. And Dali put it very correct to say, my wife will never get out of the ANC. On principle, that wife will never get out of the ANC. When we get into our house, we are a family. When we go out, we split. We are coming from different political parties. My wife is I'm told she's a mayoral candidate of the AVPP and also a ward councillor for Ward 6. You know, those are things which are happening. Therefore, if that we enter into that space, I don't talk to her. She must push her things alone and the policies of their party. I'm not interested. I'm interested in the issues of the ANC, although we are having our own internal problem. But I'm not interested in those things. ANC is having lots of challenges. At home, she's my wife. All my children, I'm telling you the naked truth, they are members. They are following their mother, just like Dalim Pofu and the children. It is another thing. My children are not following me, but they are following their mother. It is another thing. Unfortunately, they are exercising their democratic right.
Is it unfortunate or it's fortunate?
Unfortunately, they've been supporting us for a long time. Now, they've taken a different route.
There you have it, the man himself, Comrade Slash, as they would call him on the streets. Synonymous with the name Delmas, a thumbprint. If you're from Delmas, you definitely know Slash. Giving it to us as it comes out in the municipal 2021 election. We stopped right by his household and he clarified the issue with some excitement and a smile on his face. All the best in the election to you and your wife.
Only good standing branch in Delmas. You can call all.
Amanda, comrades.
Amanda. Register.